listening. Now, this example I'm going to show is taken from a television show in 1975 on Harry Reasoner's television show on ABC. And he had read a book that apparently upset him called The Inner Game of Tennis, which basically said almost anybody can learn to play a decent game of tennis in just a single afternoon if you don't try too hard. And that had made him wonder, because he'd been trying to play tennis for many years. And so he sent an ABC news squad out to California to expose this charlatan. And what they did was to round up a number of people and get them to sign legal affidavits saying that they had never played tennis before. They took them all out in the court and picked the worst one, who happened to be a 55-year-old lady, 40 pounds overweight, 5'2", and a muumuu. And she had the muumuu because her deposition said that not only had she never played tennis, but she'd not even exercised in 20 years. So taking them all in the court, turning on the live TV cameras, they set a clock and said to Tim Gallwey, "You have 20 minutes to teach her how to play tennis." Now let's look at this from the standpoint of user interface design. Because in every way, Tim Gallwey is the user interface of this interactive teaching situation we have. And let's see what he actually does.
I'm going to have Tim hit some
This
balls
has
to
sound.
me. And as the ball flies through the air, I want you just to watch it. In the very instant the ball hits the court, I want you to say bounce. And the very instant the ball hits the racket, I want you to say hit. So you just be saying bounce, hit. All you need to do is watch the ball. Okay?
Bounce.
The key of all the exercises in the inner game is to focus the mind's attention somewhere where it will not interfere with the body's ability to hit the ball automatically. You stand here and Tim will throw you a couple, and you just continue doing the same thing.
Should I try to hit it?
Not at first. At first, just say bounce when the ball bounces and hit when you would hit it, but don't hit it. Then after you feel like hitting it, go ahead and hit it.
Okay.
Now you might watch her right arm here.
Hit. Bounce.
Something's trying to hit that ball,
Bounce.
even though she was told that she didn't have to.
Bounce.
Now when she actually tries, she misses.
When it says bounce, he's also out of the corner of his eye watching me hit the ball. So even though he's not trying to see how I hit it, the image of me hitting it is going right into his memory. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's really fun.
You like that? Okay, here we go.
I love it.
The cardinal principle in any book written on tennis, about tennis, is to watch the ball. No tennis player really sees the ball enough. And the reason is they get bored. So I try to give them something to see in the ball that's interesting. So we watch the trajectory of the ball, the gracefulness of the line made by the ball as it flies through the air. Always it's the same. Put the mind somewhere where it can stay calm and not get you uptight, but relaxed and interested. Then the body does so beautifully, so beautifully. I might start listening to the ball, Molly. Listen to how it sounds on your racket. Hear that?
Yes.
Hear that one? What does that sound like?
Very dull.
It was like wood. That wood sound. Keep listening and you'll hear the sound that you like pretty soon. Just listen to it. Okay, now listen on this side. Now the grill. Okay. Now be aware that racket is part of your arm. That's it. Just feel it. Don't try so hard. Let it happen. That's it. Do what's comfortable, Molly.
Every time I did start to think, things went wrong.
Just feel the pace.
When you just stop thinking, the body seems to know what to do.
Can you feel with your left hand where it is? How'd it go? Just in the back there. Feel it. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what, Molly. We're going to do one other stroke now. And this one's called the serve. And the serve is just like a dance. You just like a dance. We'll come back here and I'll show you how to do a dance called the serve. Okay? And I've done this dance a little bit, so I'll just do it. Okay. Da da da. In fact, you can start humming if you want.
Okay.
The rhythm like this. Watch this. Da da da. Da da da. Out loud.
Da, da, da.
Okay, now, here's what you do. Once you stand there, shut your eyes, and imagine yourself doing that same dance. You might start humming a little bit. Da, da. As you're doing it, yeah. Okay, now what I want you to do is no thinking, just go do it, quick. Just no thinking, just go serve, yeah. Serve. Fine, don't worry about missing. Keep serving. Don't think. Go, do, quick. That's it.
Down.
Fine, again, don't worry about hitting that.
Down.
Out loud, let's hear it. Out loud, the rhythm.
Da, da, down.
There you go.
Da,
I get them to hum the rhythm of my serve. So they're not thinking, oh, this is what he's doing with his elbow, this is what he's doing with his hands. Out loud, the rhythm.
da, da, down.
There you go.
Da,
I get them to hum the rhythm of my serve. So they're not thinking, oh, this is what he's doing with his elbow, this is what he's doing with his hands. They're not trying to remember all that. They start humming. And they see themselves doing very similar things, muscular movements, to what I did. But they're not thinking about it, so it just comes out naturally and fluidly. So that didn't take long. That's called serving. Out.
out.
Don't miss it. Sit. Come. Okay? Okay, that's your first point in tennis. Score is 15 love.
Fantastic.
Okay, Molly. No need for you to miss.
All of a sudden, everything became effortless. I was just sort of like floating along, and doing what came naturally, and I said, I'm playing tennis. It's really, really beautiful.
Have a clear idea of what you want. Then let it happen. Don't try too hard. I'm going to try to make you miss, Molly, because it's going on too long. So I'll just get a little bit harder. You just keep watching the ball. Keep watching it. They're rooting for you, Mom. Don't be distracted. Keep on that ball. Oh, Molly, that's fine. That's called tennis.
Well, when I saw that, I said something akin to holy cow, because I'd just seen something that I wouldn't have believed possible, and I realized that it applied very strongly to user interface design, that something really important was going on here. So I got Tim Gallway's book, The Inner Game of Tennis, and I read it, and a number of things that he said really stuck in my mind. First one was almost a cliche. He said, learning happens when attention is focused. But he was able to get something out of that, because if you don't have a good theory of learning, then you can still get it to happen by just helping the person focus. One of the ways you can help a person focus is by removing interference. And a lot of what you saw in that tape was a way of holding focus of the mentality that actually had to learn to play the tennis and removing interference from the mentality that likes to talk and make comments. Another thing that Tim said that's particularly stuck in my mind was, he said the problem with most theories of teaching is that the parts of the body you want to have learn don't understand English. So the part of your mentality that understands English doesn't play tennis, can't play tennis, can't do mathematics, it can't do music. What it can do is talk and comment. And so in general, for learning most things, it is good to find a way of short-circuiting that mentality that we think of as the I that always tries to take over. And finally, Tim made a very interesting observation, and that is that the problem with being a beginner is that you get a lot of practice in staying a beginner. So a beginning tennis player most of the time does chase the ball. They get to be really good at chasing the ball, but all other forms of tennis involve hitting the ball. So it's very important for Tim to find a way of catapulting anybody learning tennis, like Molly there, out of the chase a ball stage and instantly get her into hitting the ball stage. So he had to find a way of getting a person who had never picked up a tennis racket before to be able to hit the ball 98% of the time they swung at it. We realized that was an incredibly important principle for user interface design. Why spend 2 weeks